All right, Falcons 34, Commanders 27. Falcons bounce back from last week. I got some theories. Michael Penix, 20 of 26 for 313, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Drake London back, 8 catches for $110, and Bijan doing his thing once again, 4 for 106 through the air, plus 75 on the ground and a touchdown. This was what the Falcons are supposed to look like offensively. It took them 4 weeks, but this was their best outing, certainly on offense.
Watching this game and the Patriots game, I just spent the entire time wondering what the hell happened a week ago. I do not understand that Carolina-Atlanta game. It made no sense in isolation, and it makes no sense in the context of what came before or after it. Bizarre.
It hit me as I was watching. We'll talk Panthers-Patriots in a minute here, but it definitely hit me as I'm watching Drake May, and I'm like, man, this is old school Drake May just attacking the middle of the field for the Patriots against. And then I go, oh wait, it's Carolina's defense. 3 out of 4 weeks this year, I come away thinking the middle of Carolina's defense and their linebackers are so bad. And then you remember that Michael Penix Jr. doesn't see or throw it to the middle of the field. And how many plays were drawn up where someone's like, open player, middle field, open player, Penix isn't throwing it. It just doesn't fit what Penix likes to do against talking about Carolina. This is why they weren't moving the ball. But Penix got back to zipping it outside the numbers and getting Drake London involved, and it was what we thought it could be coming into this season.
Yeah, it really was. And their playmakers are making plays. Like you've mentioned Bijan Robinson. He's been making plays every single week. Tyler Algier made a couple of big plays in here as well. Kyle Pitts may have finally, actually become Kyle Pitts.
I have in my notes, like the whole thing's changed. Like, does someone else buy low on him? Is this the year? Now I'm thinking, when do the Falcons lock up?
Give him the giant contract.
Kyle Pitts. Everything. I mean, tight end's a fascinating position because I think there's a certain athleticism component to it. If you're just a great athlete with any kind of feel for the game, you should be an effective tight end. But with Pitts, it was always like, okay, he's open, he's dropping it, he's maybe not running the right route or the right depth, just didn't have a good feel for the position, right? You think about Kelsey and Gronk and what Trey McBride's doing and George Kittle, they have a feel for the position. They're in the right place at the right time. They make contested catches. They make plays after the catch. Whatever switch appears flipped in Kyle Pitts, even in the games where the offense wasn't good, it's just he's catching the ball and getting upfield when he's supposed to. He's in the right place at the right time. It looks smooth. It's not forced. He's not dropping key passes. Things look much better for Kyle Pitts, and I think it's much needed for the Falcons.
They really do. With, as you said, a quarterback that does not love targeting the middle of the field where, like, the majority of tight end success still exists. Like, there's still even more to be unlocked, I believe, in Kyle Pitts. Only now it is focused more on the quarterback, whereas before it's like, why is Kyle Pitts, not doing better just individually? Now you've got Kyle Pitts kind of cooking and theoretically some more to come if the quarterback gets more improved over the middle of the field. But point is, you're like Bijan, Tyler Algier, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Like, this is weaponry that's working here.
Hey, guys, real quick. Only 40% of our viewers are actually subscribed, so let's change that. Hit that subscribe button, and now let's get back to the action. It should stress the defense, and it did in this one. I thought Penix, beautiful double move to Drake London early on Marshawn Lattimore. I think Lattimore continues to have some struggles, giving up big plays. The 69-yard pass to Bijan Robinson, who's just so smooth catching the ball out of the backfield. Pitts open in the flat for a touchdown. They were up 24-13, Atlanta. It was a good second straight week, though, the Commanders in this game where it's back and forth. Last week, the Commanders pulled away from the Raiders. In this one, they had answers, though, right? They were down 2 scores. Mariota hits Deebo Samuel on a beautiful touchdown on 4th and 3. Mariota made some big plays in this game for the Commanders. And then I thought the play of the game, 1-score game, and Penix hits Drake London on a 3rd and 7, little timing route, low throw from Penix. London digs it out, keeps his feet in bounds. That kept the chains moving, and they eventually go up 2 scores there. But again, the expectation coming into the year after what we saw at the end of last season, Penix's confidence in Drake London. This is the first time I thought Drake London looked really like himself, and then you combine that with not just Bijan, Tyler Algier had that ridiculous 15-yard touchdown run where he's contacted, 4 or 5 yards in the backfield and just breaks off of it and outruns everybody. the Falcons' offense should be difficult to defend with these playmakers as long as Penix is giving them a chance, and that's what we saw in this game.
Yeah, no, this always sounds stupid when you say it, but Kyle Pitts, I thought, played really – or not Kyle Pitts, Michael Penix Jr. played really well, other than one interception, which was awful.
It was really bad. And also,
it was so bad that I was looking for something weird to have happened on the play. Like, I was like, did he get hit when he threw that, even though there's nobody near him somehow?
Just
like, that was so odd, where he just – it looked like it was – it looked like it didn't have the legs to get there anyway, even independent of the guy dropping underneath and picking it off. So that was very, very bad. So bad that you look at it and you're like, what? There's something weird happened on this play that I missed live and doesn't appear to be there. Outside of that, though, he played really well and had other things that, don't show up on a stat sheet or do show up on a stat sheet but sort of not quarterback numbers. Like, it was Bijan put the ball on the ground and Kyle Pitts, or why do I keep calling him Kyle Pitts? Or Michael Penix Jr. saves the play, like dives on the football, that kind of thing. But like, this was a really good game from him off the back of not good performance.
Second straight week, the Commanders did not have Jaden Daniels. I thought Mariota held the fort pretty well. He had a bad interception in there, kind of heaved it to, again, the rookie Xavier Watts.
And no McLaurin either.
Yeah, no Terry McLaurin. I mean, given those parameters, the 4th and 3 pass to Deebo Samuel and connecting on that, big scramble in there for Mariota as well. I thought he did well to keep them in it. I do think some of the Commanders' issues, though, are popping up on the defensive side of the ball, the inability to get consistent pressure.
Yeah.
Lattimore was a question at the end of last year, and for us at the beginning of this season, I think that's showing up a little bit as well. So even when Jaden Daniels is back, I think presumably we're going to have him back for the next game. I do have some concerns about this Commanders defense. So this goes both ways, right? Falcons felt better offensively, felt like they were back after the sky was falling last week against Carolina. And then for Washington, I think some of their defensive concerns are popping up again.
Yeah, they don't have enough pass rush, really. I mean, this is a fairly obvious red flag on paper heading into the season. It's definitely an issue. Yeah, Dorrance Armstrong, who was good, he's been very productive so far this season. He was the only defensive lineman that had multiple pressures in this game against the Falcons' offensive line that's, could be attacked. And Frankie Louvu, who they send on the blitz all the time as a linebacker, somebody else needs to be able to get pressure on that defensive line. Otherwise, it's just not enough.
Anything else on this one?
They did the classic. They were late. Another one of these, you're down 2 scores late in the game. You get the first score. Do you go for 2? Yes or no? They went for 2.
Yeah, they were down 9 and went for 2 to make it down 7.
Yeah.
So they did it early, and it was the right move. The Falcons.
This was the game, I think, where the announcing crew had butchered it start to finish the conversation about the 2 thing.
Yeah, it's tough for me to catch the conversations during the 7, but this was 7 games in the 1 o'clock window, the 7-box window. But you caught it. They're like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I mean, it was the classic. Like, the play-by-play guy always is just like, what do you just ask the question, dumbfounded, right? Whether or not they're actually dumbfounded or not, I think is up for debate. 'Cause sometimes
I heard one of the games they were just yelling out, they got more information. So I don't know.
Was that this game?
It might have been this game.
Ian
I don't know
Eagle
if someone
and J.J. Watt is the announcing crew.
Oh, was it J.J.?
That's the crew that butchered the one. I can't remember if this is the game or if it happened again somewhere else. But the Ian Eagle, J.J. Watt booth had one of these situations where it was down 2 scores that they went for 2. And I think, Ian Eagle's just like, well, do you go for it? What are they doing? It's always no. Does he actually not know, or is he just that's how you start the question, right? Pitch it to the play-by or pitch it to the color guy. And then JJ sounded like he had no earthly idea what the conversation even is. And late in the thing, he said, "Oh, well, the earlier you go for it, the more information you've got." It sounded like someone just yelled at in his ear, and he's like, "Oh, quick, repeat it."
That's what I kept hearing. It does sound, that's exactly what I was going to say. It sounded like somebody just said that to him, and
because he was like the first bit he had no idea, and then there was a giant pause.
Okay. That was the part that I caught.
Well, the earlier you go for it, the more information you've got.
Kudos for the more information. Shout out.
I think that was this game. Either way, that booth made a balls of that conversation.
We should get JJ on the show to talk about
it.
Oh
yeah, big fan. JJ of us.
Now that we're not on. Now that we're
JJ
not on PFF.
hates PFF.
Yeah.
And ironically, I think it was definitely
let's say
accelerated.
this tactfully. We made J.J. Watt.
Of course. It was definitely accelerated by, a period of time where PFF thought and said and statistically put out that Myles Garrett was better than his brother. That poured gas on the fire. I do think, though, that it predates that. Ironically, for a guy who, PFF said J.J. Watt's career was phenomenal up until he got hurt and it got derailed a bit. I feel like J.J. Watt is one of those people that hates PFF just in principle, Who are these guys coming in, telling me about our game, having never sat in the room, having never done two-a-days, having never done that 4 a.m. practice, out where I'm on my own and, on Hard Knocks. They never did that.
Even though
they don't have the right to tell me about my game.
Even though PFF was
right
talking about how great J.J. Watt is, even before the sack
just in
totals
principle,
and everything.
He's one of these people I think would just hate it as a thing, right? If you've never been in the meeting room with my defensive line coach, you don't have the right to even.
Can we get J.J. on the show, please? Someone.
But it's funny because I think he sort of carried that into his broadcasting career, where he's just like a true old school dinosaur.
He got it right. He got the information right.
Somebody got it right and told JJ.
Yeah, no more use for that game.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video.
Check the Mic is live every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing.
And the all-knowing algorithm is convinced you'll also like these videos, and who are we to argue?